The following is not representative of Bounding Into Comics as a whole. This isn't about making peace anymore. They're not willing to understand a different frame of mind. What this is blind obedience to a doctrine that has been ingrained into their DNA. You understand me? This stuff is part of them the way that fingers and bones are part of their human anatomy, and they'll never give it up. It's not about understanding anymore. It's not about making peace anymore, because they've made it abundantly clear now, here and now, after a massive turnout for President Trump, that made it abundantly clear that this kind of corporatization of human existence is not going to be allowed anymore. Here it is again, rearing its ugly head, all the way before June even starts. It's not enough. They can't even deal with having a whole month. They've got to have more than that now. More. It's going to be a whole year of this. What is the point of it then? What are you trying to celebrate if it's not even anything different than any other day? That's just the point of it, right? We've got to market every single day to these people. We've got to make sure that that DNA inside of them, that twisted, corporatized little twist inside of the DNA they have there, has to be massaged, or else it'll grow out. They'll come back to sanity if they're not regularly marinated in this brain rot. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of this blind corporatization. So here it is. Available June 3rd through July 1st, Destiny 2 players will have access to our brand new Pride Shader Pack. Ooh, I bet it means a whole lot to somebody somewhere. Bursting with bold, joyful shades inspired by the diversity and vibrance of LGBTQIA+++++++++++. This Pride Shader Pack is an opportunity to make real-world impact. That's right, you and your fruit salad polygons are gonna go make a difference. That's what you're gonna do. While available in-game, for every purchase of the Pride Shader Pack, $5.50 will be donated to the Advocates for Trans Equality Education Fund, an organization to advance the rights and well-being of transgender people through education, public awareness, and community-based advocacy. Can we get any more aware? Can we get any more advocated? Really? At this point, my state, Maine, has gone to war with the White House in defense of this complete abuse of humanity. Complete abuse of it. There's no excuse for this. Look at this monstrosity they're trying to sell you. Look at this. This isn't even anything. Who fights a war looking like this? Right? They're breaking their own canon, just doing this to begin with. Then here we go. All right? Let's just zoom back out to just the atrocious design itself, okay? How god-awful this looks. And all it's done here is to scream, I'm gay. I'm gay! That's all that does. That's the Leroy Jenkins of Pride, okay? That's what that is. That's what that whole thing is. But there's already controversy around this, okay? It's not enough. It's not enough they have all this bizarre crap right here just smashing you in the face with what they believe, right? You're not allowed to express what you believe, but they're going to smash you in the face with what they believe. Here you go. There's already controversy. Here's Destiny 2, the official account. There's that neat little gold check mark to make sure everybody knows you're special. And all the way down here, oh, well, apparently there's no gay flag in these Pride Shader Packs. You remembered everybody but the gay part of gay pride. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Time to sue. In fact, I hope that the ACLU goes out and sues Bungie for $20 grillion for this human rights violation, this denial of these gay men's flag rights, because everybody's entitled to a damn flag these days, aren't they? Everybody's got to have a flag, or else guess what? You're not real. You're not real unless you have a stupid set of gradients that define you as a human being. Are you getting the picture yet? This corporatization of humanity drives me through the roof, because it's done nothing but distort what it is to be a human. You've subcategorized yourselves down to the point where you're defined by a series of gradients. What kind of zoo is this? Humanity is completely inside of this gilded corporate cage that is funded to you for so many silver coins a month, for so many seconds of ad revenue they can scrape and squeeze out of you in the name of making a difference somewhere in the world. Meanwhile, these organizations get all this money and nothing changes. You want to know why? Because they're not supposed to create change. They're supposed to collect money. You ever notice with a nonprofit, there's a lot of profit? Do you ever notice that? The people working for nonprofits tend to make a lot of money. You ever notice that? Well, here we go. We got Sail pointing out the bizarre nature of all of this. He went out and collected all of these examples. So as you can see, Pride Month with the Suicide Squad was just as brain dead as this. But it gets worse. I wasn't even aware that they made Jason Todd gay. Look at this. He's a message. It's inside of the Gotham Knights, I think this is what this is. And so he's messaging Barbara Gordon. He says, I overheard Dick and Ted talking about going to the Pride Parade in costume. We're obviously going too, right? I assume they just haven't asked yet. And then, so here's Jason again adding to this. He says, normally I'm not one for parades, but in this case, I'm happy to make an exception. The man was beaten to death with a crowbar. The man was beaten to death with a crowbar as a child, experienced this horrible disruption of his trust in adults because of this, then was resurrected, right? Ripped out of heaven, or hell if you prefer, ripped out of the afterlife, plunked back into it. You know what he wants to do? Get into a pride parade, baby. That's where good old Jason Todd, back from the dead, wants to be, in the middle of all that corporate slop. I'm over it. I'm over it. This person over here on X posts the perfect meme to this, it's all virtue signaling. They got it absolutely right. But the pride never ends. You want to know why? Because there's money to squeeze out of it. Somewhere along the way, they're going to pass this money along to a charity that's going to do something somewhere, maybe, when they feel like it. And then also, here comes Warframe. Warframe's like, hey, we got to get some of this crap too, get some of this crap cash too. Here we go. And so there it is. Warframe with faceless, semi-humanoid things fighting an endless war in space and space politics. Might as well throw some gay into the middle of that, right? Because that's what you want to do when you're running around in the galaxy. You want to plaster yourself in a real-world political movement. So that way people know where you stand, right? Because when you're playing a video game, who wants to leave reality behind? I played Mario, I played Minecraft, I played Street Fighter, I played Tekken, just so I could experience the real world life of an Italian plumber. So I could experience the globe-trotting adventures of a Japanese man and his ambiguously American friend. I don't know if Ken is American or not. I think he is, but I get him confused with Bogard in that other game. And I'm sorry, blonde guy, trucker hat, red, it just blends together for me. I'm sorry. But this right here is insanity. It's not that they should cut this stuff out. And again, where are they making the money on this to keep doing it? Because there's not, look, you and I aren't engaging with this, right? You and I aren't engaging with this, so who is their target audience? That's right, the people that want to make a real-world political statement inside of your escapism. All right? Now, I said the other day, I got no problem with you doing what you want to do in your private, single-player game. Sorry, my brain just, shut off there for a minute. In your private single-player game. Do whatever you want. Rainbow everything sky high or completely erase it out. Do whatever you want to do in your private owned copy of the game. But when it comes to these live service games where you're playing with other players, all this is doing is telling every other player in your party that all you care about is this real world political thing, that you are completely defined by this. And it's not like, oh, I like the aesthetic. No. Because you know what you're doing. You know why they're doing this. It's a political statement. It's got nothing to do with acceptance. You know that's why nothing's changed. It's why everyone's at odds with one another. There's no effort for peace. There's no effort for understanding. There's just the Rainbow Mafia, and that's it. Knocking my stuff all over the place. I'm just tired of it. I'm over the limit. That's why I'm loud in your ear today, because I have had it with this. I am over the corporatization of humanity, and you should be too. Everybody does what they want to do anyway. The corporations are coming through and raking up mountains of cash off of it. Understand? mountains of cash. And I'm to understand that these rainbow flag waving weirdos are opposed to all of this corporate overreach, this profit grabbing, this infinite profit mentality that I was told by a 15-year-old girl was unsustainable. You remember that weirdo European girl that said, "How dare you?" Can't even remember her name now. But that's what I was told. So why are you supporting the corporatization of your identity that you seem to care so much about? It's simply to smash somebody else in the face with what you believe. That's what it is. It's a sledgehammer to someone else's escapism. That's why they forced it on Halo Infinite players, because you didn't have a choice in this. You were going to embrace it or leave the game. And that's the choice they're giving everybody here. Destiny's already on its last leg, barely limping along with what? A 8-year finally Star Wars collaboration. I think that's what they've got now after 8 years. They finally have a Star Wars collaboration. Ooh, Star Wars, likely, likewise, also on its face. I'm just over this. I'm just over this. I'm frustrated. I'm angry because there's no point to it anymore. A very loud statement was made that corporations need to stay out of people's private lives. Sell your products on the merit of your product, not wrapping them around a political movement in real life in order to break through the marketing wall. Okay? Don't do that. These are human beings. Irregardless of how you feel about their lifestyles, they have a heartbeat, and at one point in their lives, if not still today, they were the greatest hope for humanity that their parents had. And you diminish that to zero when you start leveling this kind of corporatization against it. And it is against it because it diminishes what you're trying to talk about into something that fits into a neat category on YouTube, on TikTok, on eBay, on Amazon. That's why they change all of their logos. They don't really believe in any of this stuff. Why? Because they don't have to. They understand that people are so desperate to be recognized as individuals that they'll conform to something that gives them a sense of individuality. You heard me earlier talk about this subcategorization of humanity. Well, look around you. What do you think pronouns are? It's the subcategorization of what you are in order to make you an easier marketing tool, in order to make you easier to sell to. And that's what you need to remember in all of this, is that it's not about forcing anybody's ideologies to change, because it would have already happened. It's all about using these people who want to smash others in the face with their ideology to make cash off of something the corporations truly and entirely don't believe in. So you have to ask yourself, why are you putting up with it? It's time to leave Destiny, Bungie, Warframe, all of these rainbow-clad weirdos behind. You've got Steam that has infinite indie games that don't play these games. They produce a product, they're happy to have your patronage, and they move on. You need to support that. That is the future. That's what terrifies these corporations, are these people that don't play these stupid political games that these corporations have wrapped themselves around so tightly. It's a boa constrictor choking them. And so I'm tired. I'm tired. Just like you're tired, I'm fatigued by all of this. I don't want to try and understand the corporate motive behind this anymore. I already do. That was going to spiral into another rant about this, and it had nothing to do with the video. So this is what I'm telling you, is from the bottom of your hearts, ask yourself if this is something you truly want to continue engaging with. Does it serve you in any way? I don't hate you. I hate what the corporate world has done to us. I hate that the corporate world has decided to profit off of this division and continue to allow people to abuse their identity as a sword, as a shield, as a weapon against their fellow man. When in reality, we're all individuals pooling our resources together to get through to the next day. But you'll have to let me know what you think down in the comments below. And as always, guys, good luck out there.